It's sunny for like the first time in a week here in the UK. So I thought I would take advantage of the light and finally just sit down and talk about what I love about the UK. Because there are some great things about it, and then there are some not so great things that might come in the next video. But as of right now, I've enjoyed and loved my time here, and I just want to talk about the 5 things that I've loved and enjoyed the most about living in the UK the last 2 months. The first thing that I've noticed that I love about living in the UK is Sundays. As an American, Sundays aren't really that different. Maybe we go to church. I'm from North Carolina, down in the Bible Belt, so on Sunday morning, supermarkets are super empty, but they're still open. And when I lived in Germany, everywhere is closed on Sunday. And everywhere right now in England, I've noticed is kind of like a reduced hours, or it's completely closed. And Sunday is for resting. And I really enjoy that. It's supposed to be that way in the States, but it doesn't always feel that way. Especially, people go watch American football games at pubs and places like that. But generally speaking, when you're doing that and you're out watching those places, there are still people out there working, serving, waiting tables and stuff like that. So it's not really necessarily a day of complete rest and relaxation. And in Germany, it's the opposite. A lot of those places are closed on Sundays. And in the UK, it seems like a nice middle ground to where if you get stuck and you don't have any food, you can still go to the supermarket. It might just close a lot earlier than it would on a Saturday, Friday, or a Monday. And I really enjoy that. If I need to go grab milk because I'm at a coffee, then I can go do that. But I don't have to really stress about the people that are working and putting all that time in there, because it's generally just a lot more relaxed, and I really appreciate that. The second thing that I really enjoy is kind of a love-hate, but the food. Before I came over here, I was told that British food is just terrible. Front and back is all gray and bleh and not that appealing. And to a degree, that is true. To a degree, it's not the best. I've not had the best sort of, this cuisine or this cuisine. I haven't had the best Chinese food, or I haven't had the worst Chinese food. It's kind of just right down the middle. There are some things that I actually really enjoy. Like, example, I probably shouldn't, but I love crumpets. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy these as much, and I'm pretty sure they're just super cheap. Like, buy them at the shop, 1 pound crumpets, but they're really good and I really enjoy them. As well as biscuits. I really enjoy these, and I've actually stopped dunking my cookies in milk like a child, and now I dump them in coffee like a child. And I have to mention the Sunday carvery, because I didn't know what that was before I got here. I just knew that it was a thing. And once I got here and got to the pub or got to someone's house to have it, it's actually kind of hard to wrap my mind around because it's so simple. It's just a cut of meat with some vegetables, and it's a nice Sunday dinner. But the way that they prepare it here, it's just, it's really good. It's a lot of meat, and I've noticed that as well since I've moved here, is that at least in the northern part of England, I haven't seen too many salads. I've seen a lot of chicken and steak and bacon and things like that, which is really good. But if you're a vegetarian, I think it might be difficult if I was up here. Like, I don't know what it's like in other places. And actually, if you're a vegetarian in England, let me know, is it hard? Because coming from the States, you just have everything all the time, everywhere. And so I'm curious whether or not it's difficult to find places in England that you can eat if you're vegan or vegetarian and stuff like that. The vegetable aisle in our supermarket is really tiny. That brings me to number 3, and I mentioned it maybe in my first video, but even going to the supermarket, everyone is generally polite, and it's not fake. I don't know if that is because I'm in a small town outside of Leeds, and I'm not in the middle of London, because I'm sure as an American in London, no one cares. But as an American who lives in this small town outside Leeds, I don't think there's too many Americans that are here. So I'm curious if it's a UK thing where people are just, we're not gonna be fake polite, or if it is these people are just genuinely interested because they're from a small town and maybe not too many Americans visit them there. Maybe it's a combination of both, I don't know. Number 4, where I come from in the States, there is a good beer culture, but there is no pub culture like there is here in the UK. The 3 times I've been to the pub, I've met three drastically different groups of people, and they've all been incredibly welcoming. I've made friends with 80-year-old people. I've made friends with families who are out there playing football. I've made friends with people my own age, finally, and just had some nice drinks. But it's just such a wonderful community and gathering that I've not quite seen that in any other country that I've been to. There's beer culture in Germany and beer culture in the States, but it's very different than pub culture itself. Number 5, it's probably the one that I didn't expect, but has been the most impressive, is just the history. The States is such a young country in comparison to the UK, and while I've lived in other places, and everyone always talked about the history in the UK and Europe and stuff like that, it is very, very just engraved in everyday culture. I live in this small town and I can throw a rock and hit maybe one of the most beautiful stone churches I've ever seen in my life. And it's just right, it's just right there. I get to see it every single day when I walk into town. And it's not that this town is any different or any special. I'm pretty sure I live in a basic, normal little village. But there's so much history, and just walking through, seeing it mixed together with stone buildings next to some old churches, next to some new buildings. I think it's just the nice culture that the history just blows me away. I'm going to York this weekend. We're gonna take the camera with us and hopefully get some wonderful footage, because as of right now, I'm really excited just to see and explore more history here in Northern England. So those are my 5 things that I've loved about living here in the UK the first month. I've been really surprised by everything. So I'm curious down below, what are some other things that I need to try? Or maybe I need to give more of a chance to some other things, maybe some food or some places to go. I'm always curious, let me know down below. In the next video, maybe we'll talk about the 5 things that maybe disappoint me a little bit. But until next time, make sure you take care of yourself and the person next to you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.